The sites that I'm pointing out here are mainly in Turkey. What I'm trying to prove, I also think I've got enough evidence for. I've certainly got enough modern day examples to line up side by side and show you the imprints of where these things were definitely built. And they must have since later at some point in the past petrified, calcified. I've tried to point out in the past how they must have been wooden beams. What we're looking at here is some type of joinery for whatever reason. Whether these trees don't exist anymore, and they're petrified into the sand, that's on the earth at the moment, because the imprints I'm going to show you prove 100% that these things were built. And also, I'm pointing out how it could have even been a larger site. Yeah, it almost looks like the roofing, the roof joists going all the way back, and it's since got covered over in, I would say, a volcanic event, because it certainly looks like pumice ash at least, and that's solidified over. Yeah, and now I do know that some of these areas, these square holes, yeah, do get carved out and then built into. Mainstream archaeology always call them tombs. Some may have been tombs, right, but a very small percentage, likely 5%. But this thing looks like it used to be a huge city building, and they just kept on adding to it and building with the same method over and over again. I know this image isn't clear enough to be zooming in on either. It's been pretty blurred. It's just I had to use it. It was the best angle to show you the area I was pointing out at the front there. But even on the lower sections, because I can tell you, if you was to break away some of these what seem like grey sections of this rock, it's not natural rock. In fact, I have got an image that shows you what natural rock, what we deem as being natural rock, looks like, yeah, and it's got cracks all over it. If you was to shear away a flat section of any mountain, it's just filled with cracks and flaws all over the place, and that is my main reason, in fact, why when all these mainstream archaeologists say that there's all these rock cut sites is ludicrous, because there's just too many flaws in rock, cliff faces, mountain sides, that you could not do that. You have to build something. It's the petrification, mineralization that I struggle with, right? But as I'm pointing out here with this orange circle, you're looking at how this thing was joined together, and I'm showing you the modern day example. So how, all we're answering here, all we need to answer is why it's since turned into sandstone or limestone. I can only explain it through a volcanic ash event mixed with some type of flood, seawater, volcanic ash, unless this type of wood just does not exist anymore. And what I'm showing you here is somewhere in the area of the tourist section, and it's an example for people to go look at and it's their way of showing. I don't know what they're showing, to be honest with you. What they're showing is exactly how these things were built and then covered over, so I don't know what the game is. I find that funny. Anyway, we're looking at this thing here because I'm going to show you something shortly which it makes even less sense. I have these huge houses on top of these pillars just in the middle of nowhere. I'm guessing that they want us to believe that they carved an entire mountaintop away just to shape some pointless tombs, I'm guessing. But when you look at this site here, seriously, this looks like it has been covered over in ash. You can see it over the top. I don't know how much archaeologists removed from this site. I've not looked that deep into it. I'm showing about 5 different sites here, but again, this is natural rock and all the flaws and cracks that you get in it, no matter where you go. What do I think caused it? Again, volcanic ash and flooding.